So I did a few things in between episodes. For one, I built out this area where the skeletons are, and I made it to where it's just a nice little room, and I can actually build out like some storage, make it look a bit nicer in here. I added a couple of doors. I also cleaned up the iron farm area a bit. Oh, one thing I did do is I made the staircase up and down to get to the skeleton farm instead of just plummeting to get to the bottom. The other thing I did was I fixed the storage for the iron farm. So here you can see in the iron farm, I made it to where it's dropped down a bit. It has these steps going down and up. This is still just continuously filling. This is so much iron, and it's even spilling a bit because I think it's not fast enough collecting everything. But for today, I had 3 things that I want to try to get done. Step 1, I want to get beautification. So what I mean by that is in this skeleton spawner area, I wanted to make it to where this area actually looks nice when you come in and out of it. Right now it's just all cobbled together, no pun intended, cobbled together with random blocks, just whatever was in the ground, I left it. I didn't change it at all. So I want to make this area look really cool. The other thing I want to accomplish today is step 2 says villager enhancement. In this building that I made for all of the villagers, I noticed that this isn't the most optimized spacing for all of these guys. So what I'm going to do is sort of squeeze everyone together. I feel like that will offer me more trades. And then finally, step 3 is city planning. So for this, I want to sort of figure out the best layout for not only this area, like right here, I feel like I could do certain things to make this look nicer, get rid of these wool blocks because they've been sitting there from that original episode. But I want to make some sort of path system for this. I want to make some path system going up that way. And then additionally, where this house is, I want to make the one dirt area flattened out and make it all level, and then have some sort of path that showcases what I was planning originally with this. I think those 3 things will get us pretty far today. Let me go ahead and get things situated for beautifying that area where the skeleton farm is, and then I will meet you at the spawner. I gathered everything that I think I need to make this area kind of look really cool. One thing I don't have in here is bone blocks. I feel like I might want to do the floor with some mixing of bone block and the deep slate cobble, or the ceiling with deep slate and the floor purely of bone. The bone is just going to be collected from this. I'm just going to have to wait until I get some more as I'm building. I figure this will get us pretty far for right now. So first thing I want to start with is switching out the doors. I don't think bamboo sort of fits with the aesthetic. So there's step 1 done. Check that off the list. Next, I want to get the walls situated. I really think mangrove with the red is going to be the best bet, just making this all look sort of dark and dimmer. So I'll get the wall sort of cleared out first, and then I'll lay down the idea I have for how I want it to look. This is sort of the idea I have for the wall texturing. I feel like intermixing like the red with the dark brown and the planks to complement that dark brown feels a little more dingy. So I want to make this area kind of feel darker and bleaker. So that's why I'm kind of going with these darker colors. And then with the lighting, what I'm gonna do is this blue light, since it is dimmer. And if I take that out, you can see it's nice and like dark in here, and I think that looks cool. So I'll continue on with the rest of the walls, get them all laid out, and then I'll see you back for like the second part. Okay, so I got a majority of the walls done. I'm liking sort of the flow of it. I went with a couple of like rules that I was setting for myself of having darker tones at the bottom and then raising it up, and then sprinkling in a few like this. I might switch these out to the planks, and then at the bottom just continue the brown look, because I did the brown and red here, and I like this look a bit more than the inner dispersed whatever throughout. So I think think I'm gonna go with that and switch up the walls again a little bit. Okay, fix the walls. I definitely like this aesthetic a bit more than the inner sprinkled sort of raise ups and then at the top having the brown. It just looked too messy. This sort of is a little messy still, but there's some sort of uniformity to it. So I do like that. I finished the wall over here, made it to where it's something that I can go easily under and then kill off all the skeletons. The walls I can say are done. I think the next step I want to concentrate on is the ceiling. I'm partially thinking of raising it by 1 because it does feel a little claustrophobic in here, but that might be part of the look too. So I'll play around with that and see what looks good, maybe in like a corner. So I like this look actually a bit better. Having one raise up and some sort of like, it looks kind of like ground molding, even though it's, you know, just stairs, but it's one sort of level up. And I think that actually looks cleaner. I think raising the ceiling up by 1 is gonna make it feel bigger in here, even though it's a smaller area. Cleared out the corners and made the molding area where the stairs go. And I was trying to do a bit of a blend, but I'm feeling like it's a bit too busy. I cleared up the wall to see what it looks like all together, and I don't think that blackstone and deep slate sort of mesh well. I may go with 1 for the border or 2 of them. Okay, I think I was right. Going with 2 of them makes it look less busy, and I followed again some sort of rule to help it blend a bit well. So you can see in the corners I went with the brick, and then outside it was the cobbled, and I feel like these two blend a bit better than the other 2 colors. So now I'm just gonna mimic or finish up the top using the same rules, in the corner using the brick, and then inside it's gonna be the cobbled deep slate. I think I achieved something that looks pretty cool. I brought in mud into the mix, and I think it blends pretty well. Yeah, I kind of like that blend. It looks pretty cool. Next up is gonna be the flooring and fixing up a few of like the background behind these guys. I didn't change that up. I actually missed, and then get some sort of stairway. Okay, so I did the flooring with the bone blocks, and I like the way it looks with this crosshatch pattern. I went for diorite half slabs here just so that way there is a drop off, but it doesn't blend the best. So what I think I have to do is sort of take out bone blocks in like a section and sort of trickle in a blend this way. So I might make this full area diorite, and then out this way it blends a bit. I think I like this a bit better. It sort of blends in the diorite with the bone block. It's a little harsh on certain areas, but I think spilling out a bit looks kind of cool. So I think for this room, I am all set with making it look nicer. The other piece I need to do now is just build out some storage. That's probably going to be later. Definitely like the progress I made on this. So I'm going to go ahead and check off step 1, and we can move on to step 2. Okay, so I decided to actually add the storage first. So now I can go ahead and check off step 1. Step 1 done. Beautification has been complete of the skeleton spawner area. So now step 2 is villager enhancements. Again, I just want to clean up this area and make it a little more efficient with more villagers. So I think the way I want to go about doing this is I'm gonna have to wait till night, which it's about to be, and then I want to get some bread so that way I can get more villagers. So let's start with this one. So the idea is to squish them all together, basically having like this one block be the separator, and I could stand in between both and trade with both. I made some progress with it, and I think this is going to be more efficient because you can see I can just fit so much more within these like little spot, and in between here I can trade with both since I placed their workbench off here. This is the only spot they can basically come to. So I'm going to continue doing all of this, get them all set up and situated, and then I can move on from there. This was a bit tedious just because of the fact that you're building them up, waiting till night to get them in their bed, and that's the only way you can kind of like move them safely and like not have them spill out or run out of the building or whatever. So it's just a bunch of back and forth. Get redstone without mining. Oh my gosh. What? That was scary. And that's why you run out of the houses you build and all the buildings, to not get that to happen. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, trees. So I did want to shout out, if you do like the videos and you want to kind of see behind the scenes, I do stream everything that I record on Twitch, and I'll put the plug on screen and in the description if you're interested in coming and seeing how I record these episodes. So I got all of the villagers set up and ready to go. I was able to basically add 3 more villagers. This guy is running around because I forgot to close up that area back there. I just went to sleep. But essentially now this means I can get 3 more going. This is pretty cool. So now I am done basically with step 2. I'll figure out the jobs for them in between, but let's go ahead and mark off step 2. Step 2 complete. Now the last one, city planning. So what I'm gonna do is basically gather some material, and we'll work on first this area, and then we'll go to the house and work on that area. So to start, I think what I need to do is get the paths set up. So what I'm gonna do is I have some wool on me. I've been collecting some in between just doing normal stuff. I've been shearing a bunch of sheep. So I'm gonna outline sort of the pathing that I want to take within this area first, and then on top of that I want to maybe even update some of the pathing out this way toward the skeleton farm out that way, and then carrying out the path there. So you can see here, I put down some wool to kind of identify where I want the path to go. So far, I've only done to the farms and to the skeleton farm from the main villager hut. You can see this is basically the outline I'm going with. It's just directionally where I want the path to be laid down. It's not obviously the width of it or the size of it at all, but it is showcasing where I'm gonna lay it out and where it's gonna lead. I'm gonna continue on doing this because I want it to also go to the iron farm and to the tree farm, and then I need one where I think it's going to be this path here that I'm going to take all the way to the house, and then I'm going to also have it connect there. So you can see I'm back at the house, and I got the path sort of laid out over here. So let me go ahead and show you top-down view what I've done so far. Basically, it's coming into a general spot for the house, and again, I'm gonna be trying to create a neighborhood in this area. So it's just gonna be like some sort of road leading in, maybe coming out this way, and then just having like neighbors out over this way. Over to this side, I connected it to the skeleton farm, to the farms, and it's just one big like road or trail that I made for it. I did have like a branch coming out this way to these farms here. It's gonna be, I think, like something that's a little more beaten them up, like a beaten up path or something like that. And off to the other side, I finished this one connecting to the iron farm and the tree farm. So basically, with all of this laid out, I ran out of wool. So I'm gonna be collecting a bunch of wool, but I figure in the meantime, I can go ahead and start leveling out the dirt around this area and at least fixing like some of these holes that you see over here and just making it a little more uniform. So that way that when I put the path down, it's not messing up multiple different ways. So I'll just be working on random things like the dirt and then fixing the chimney and then collecting a bunch of the wool. Okay, horses, I think I have some out there where I found the dog. All right, where would a horse be if I were a horse bee? Wait, what? Aha, horse. You want to be my friend? Oh, I have to take that off, don't I? He seems quick, actually. Come on, dude. Why? Why? What did I do to you? Really? Yay, there we go. Oh no, he's a terrible jumper. I'll think about you. Bye. Alright, let's try you. Oh, this guy seems so slow. Let's see, shall we? Oh my. Can you can't even jump. What is this? You're not a horse. Oh, this is brutal. Alright, I am gonna take you for a spin just until I find a horse. Do I have my map on me? I do. Okay, it's just so I don't get lost. He's quick, he just cannot jump. So I think I'll keep him for now. But in terms of jumping, we need something that will basically climb mountains with a single jump, you know? But yeah, this is just so much nicer to traverse and stuff like this. I don't have to like jump over, you know? Yay, rain! Whoa, I missed the rain. I always love rain. It's my favorite. The rain doesn't make it easy to see, which is great. Oh my gosh. All right, almost fell. I don't see any horses. Looks like this one's gonna be my friend. Hey, well, this is gonna be the guy. We gotta come up with a name for him. We're gonna name him Spirit, after the horse Spirit, in the book Spirit, in the movie Spirit. Yay, Spirit. All right, we got a horse. That's cool. Now, I need to continue on collecting a bunch of wool and flatten out the land. All right, basically, I need to lay out a bunch of the dirt to level this backyard area out. And after that, I can shovel up a bunch and make it to where it's more on this level up here instead of down here or even up that height. I'm getting pretty far actually, so that's cool. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do here because I'm gonna probably close up all of this area. Oh, that's where the other hole was, so let me close that up too. Shock it's rain. Real shock. Absolutely floored by the fact that it's raining. Can't believe it. I cannot. I am making progress. I've gotten majority of the backyard area complete. I have this giant section here that I need to do, and then I need to level out this area. I think what I'm going to concentrate on right now is probably laying out more of the pathing and creating somewhat of a blueprint of what I want for a neighborhood. In terms of a layout for, or a blueprint for this area and neighborhood, first I want to get like the driveway and everything lined out or outlined, and then I will get kind of a basic shape of the neighborhood. As you can see, I laid out some more of the wool. Basically, I connected the house to the path here. This might need to be rounded out. I might come down and like curve a bit smoother, but I just wanted to like make it known that this path is going to connect. And then what I did was I created the curve for the neighborhood. So we have my house here, then we curve out this way, and then I might just put a house right here, and then I'll just continue on probably up to here and maybe come back and add some like a house right across the street, something like that. Laid out the first set of indicators where the first house is gonna go, so I'll show you that. So basically we have the road curving, and then I put a driveway here, and then a house is gonna be marked out in this area. The way I want the villager houses to be built is basically like a condo style or townhouse style, to where they're connected. This driveway and garage will be one house, this driveway and garage will be the other house, attached in that fashion. And then I'm just gonna kind of continue that pattern going out that way. And again, I'm thinking I actually might put some houses like here right across the street, would be kind of cool, just creating a little like cul-de-sac-y area. But one thing did happen. I ran out of wool, and I am just going back and forth to the village area to collect wool, and I've been kind of digging up some of the land and flattening it out. So it's just a tedious process doing this, as well as it was cleaning up that villager area. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on this a bit more, get a little more of the plans ironed out and flatten out more of the area. But at least for now, I just want to get a general idea and blueprint of what I want to make. I took a bit of time off of recording and sort of just blunt force went through all of the changes to this world. I did the landscaping, I laid out a bit of more wool, as you can see here. I just wanted to get it done, and I didn't really want to record it, so I just streamed and went through flattening out this area and laying everything out. So let me go ahead and show you what I've accomplished so far, and I think I can actually call it here and call this episode done. Basically what I did was I flattened out this whole area, and I also filled in that hole or that cave that used to be here. There's a little hole here where you can still kind of get through. I have a whole lot more work to do. I want to basically level out all of this, and I want to extend the neighborhood all the way up to where that tree line is, because I think that would be just kind of cool having a row of houses that I could go visit. Each one of them has a different trade, and like the neighborhood would basically be filled out. So I think what I'm going to accomplish right now is just the general plan. So this here is just the start of that general plan, and then as I kind of progress within this series, I can continue adding further plans going forward. So like I said, I'm gonna call this episode done here, and if you guys like the video or are enjoying the series, go ahead and like and subscribe.